Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton.
Gerry's about to go down the water slide.
I'm Gerry. There's Max and David. I was trying to be less predictable. All right. So now's the time when we like to hearken back to yesteryear at a time where we weren't so shit. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to get the negative Nigels out, but they keep coming back. So we harken back to yesteryear and remember a player who made us happy inside. All right. So this guy formed a formidable partnership with Leighton Baines along the left side. Just was really fun to watch their combination play going forward. Unpredictable, silky skills, just some of the best foot skills that I've seen. What a fun player to watch, and what a nice guy. So he had 7 goals the first time around for Everton. He had 11 goals the second time around. That was when he was on loan and after we had purchased him. Then we got him off to Sunderland, and he's recently been released by Sunderland. And now he plays for Bidvest Wits. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. In South Africa. Of course, I'm talking about Steven Pienaar. How we miss you.
Pienaar. Steven Pienaar.
What a player. What a player.
So guys, how would you describe Steven Pienaar's play to someone who's never seen him? Max.
Unbelievable footwork, for one. His vision, particularly as you mentioned, with Leighton Baines, was obscene. I think his partnership, I wouldn't be far wrong when I'm saying at that time it was one of the best winger and fullback partnerships in Europe. He's silky, he's smooth. He knew where to put the ball, where to run. He knew how to dink a ball as well. If we know what goal I'm on about there. But yeah, he's just an absolutely phenomenal footballer. I don't think I've seen many better footballers for Everton in my time.
I feel like a fraud. I didn't love him as much as everybody else did. But I don't know if I was very bitter when he left to go to Tottenham. Because Tottenham were not the Tottenham that they are now. They were still a very good side. I think they qualified for the Champions League as well, but they just weren't at the level that they are now. Whereas Everton were right on there.
Yeah, we were the competition, weren't we? Really?
Yeah, they were like rivals, and felt like they kind of maybe just had that London location on their side that sucked them in, and it left a real bitter taste in my mouth, that move. But yeah, on his day, he was fantastic. He was very technical and, low sense of gravity, and him and Baines were fantastic. And yeah, he was, around that era, he was one of the really good players that we had. And he did give us some good memories. I don't think he done too great when he come back though, sadly. But that first spell, yeah, he was great.
So David thought Pienaar just sucked, clearly. All right. No, that's interesting because I remember when I first started supporting Everton, and I didn't realize that he had been sold. It took me about halfway through the year, my first year supporting them, to realize that he had returned, that he had come back. But it was really quick when I saw the partnership with Baines. It was fast. You could tell immediately that there was something special going on there. If you were to compare Pienaar to another current Premier League player, who would you compare him to? Who would you liken him to?
I couldn't think of it, and I think maybe Max, you might come up with a better one. I thought the original question might have been an Everton player.
I was going to get there next, actually.
Okay. Let's go with that. It's a little bit easier. He kind of is a Vlasic type player, I think, where he's a bit more skillful on the ball, but they're small and they can move quite well. And yeah, but I think Pienaar's a lot more technically gifted. but he's probably the best comparison in terms of the Everton squad I can think of.
Right. This because that took quite a bit of thinking for me to try and bring someone out. Take the pace out of Eden Hazard's game. Take the pace.
You know what? I was genuinely.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it's outrageous to say Hazard. I was like, it probably is. But
just take the pace out of Hazard's game, and as something that it's one of the fondest football memories I've got. His return, his debut against Chelsea. Obviously, he scored quite early on, but there was a piece of footwork that he did. I think Jose Boswinger closed him down. It was right in front of me and where I was sitting. The man literally threw in a few step overs, but the way he manipulated the ball, he had studs on the ball, so the ball was underneath his feet. The way the man manipulated the football was just a joy to watch. So yeah, if it was, it's quite outrageous to compare him, like for like. But take the pace out of Eden Hazard's game, and that's what you probably got with Pienaar.
See, I was hesitant to say Eden Hazard. David was hesitant to say it, and you said it. I think the fact that all three of us, that player popped into our brain, I think there's some validity to it, because I don't think we're all idiots. All right, I think we each have our moments.
Yeah, that's true. I think two players without saying that he's as good as, because he's obviously never as good as what Hazard is, but he's just got the same kind of
flair and technique.
Flair's the word, yeah.
See, I was going to say Hazard and Lanzini from West Ham. He's got that same slight build. Both of them are pretty good on the ball. I don't think he's not as strong on the ball as Hazard is. Hazard's got more bulk. That's the thing. You knock Hazard over, he's probably not going to fall over. You literally have to take his legs. Pienaar, he was more slight. It wouldn't take as much, but he would also draw a decent amount of fouls just outside the box. Kept that ball close, really close. So I think it's a genuinely solid comparison. But no, we don't think they're the same quality player, but they have the same qualities. Okay, that's where we'll go with that.
It's funny. It's although I appreciated them at the time, it's only now maybe 8, 9 years on where we've seen some decent Everton sides, but we've seen some naff as well. That particular generation of around those 5 years, from say 2005, 2006 to 2010, 2011. Pienaar's, Arteta's, Cahill's. That was a great team. That was such an enjoyable team to watch, and there were so many great characters in there who you really fall in love with. And
I was going to say that we've talked about it plenty of, how we related to them players as well as a team, and they were just a real joy to watch, and you just felt like you were there with them. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't so much of a disconnect as there is now.
It was like top 5. Battling with Villa for top 5 every year, and there's none of this top 6 bullshit that there is now. This is what makes me laugh about the top 6 argument when people talk about a breakaway league. The top 6, as the current format that they are now, have finished in the top 6 twice in the Premier League era the whole time. There's no such thing as a top 6. It's just a cycle of different teams doing well, and that's why I'm so fed up of hearing about the top 6, because in that time, we were 5th every year. Battling top 5, top 6, pushing for the Champions League. So, it was a great period, and Pienaar was a part of that team.
So, favorite Pienaar moment?
Yeah, one stands out for me.
Well, I've got a feeling I know what you're gonna say. But
do you want mine's an obvious one if you want me to do mine first.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, mine is without doubt the goal at the Emirates. Yeah. I know mine's it's probably the most obvious one, but it was just an unbelievable finish and a game we should have won, really, but we ended up scoring. But just the celebration as well was just fantastic.
That
was a great goal, man. That's one.
If I'm not wrong, that was Landon Donovan's first game as well, wasn't it?
It could have been potentially, yeah. I can't remember. I thought his debut was at Goodison, but I could be wrong. Gerry, this is where you should chip in.
No, I'm sure it was his first game because I remember him always saying about it. Like his debut was in the snow.
Yes, I actually. This is the shitty thing. I never got to see Landon Donovan play for Everton.
He was fantastic as well.
And he just signed for a Mexican team, Leon. He came out of retirement. Are you kidding? That's crazy.
While you're doing your stories, I'll see if that was his debut.
Yeah, my favourite Pienaar memory, as I alluded to earlier, is just that return, that game against Chelsea, the 2-0, the 2-0 or 2-1, 2-0, I'm sure it was. But I just remember he scored really early on, and just the crowd went mad, and his celebration, you can always tell a lot by a player's celebration, and it's just he was just elated to have scored that goal. And as I say, that another a memory that comes from his return there was that just this magical piece of footwork. I'm sure it's on YouTube. If you just bang in Steven Pienaar against Jose Boswinger, just how he manipulated the ball and how he played that game. Really, it was just brilliant.
Yeah.
So, last question. Can you imagine any current Everton player striking up a Baines-Pienaar type partnership? And who would they be if you can?
No, I can't. I can't because, even if Baines does come back into the side, he hasn't got the legs that he did when Pienaar was playing. Plus, I've always felt like, on his side, over the past few years, it's been Morales that's been on the same side as him. And something that I've picked up on is, whereas Baines has always been one to try and, be productive and, nice interplay, 1-2 touch football, Morales always seemed to be the one, he'd pick up the ball and he'd just take off down the wing with the ball, and Baines would just be there fucking hell, mate. Know what
Just
I mean?
like
that. Yeah, literally, it's what he'd do. And I can't really see it happening down the other side with Balassi. If Balassi is going to be the one that we're playing, so no, I can't. And it's sad, really.
Yeah, I think it was one of a kind. I think the problem now is, even if you could get someone to replicate the role of Pienaar, I don't think Baines is ever going to be the same player now. So it looks that ship's probably sailed.
I agree. I think the only player that I think comes anywhere close to Pienaar's control, the fact that he can manipulate the ball the way we talked about, I feel like Lookman has that kind of ability with the ball. He's also a smaller guy. He also likes to kind of cut in, but I don't really see a whole lot of, I'm trying to think of these players that we have being intelligent combination players.
Yeah, it's being with Pienaar, as you've drawn the comparison to Lookman there, it's being intelligent, but it's being very selfless as well, because Pienaar was a very selfless player. He managed to cut the ball back and find people in space. And
you don't remember him ever just firing one on goal, do you? Flying over the bar when you had a pass or something like that.
No. So, yeah, I can see the comparisons with Lookman, but obviously I think when he was at Charlton as well, he played striker, so I think there's a bit more of a selfishness. That's not to say it's wrong, because you do need to be selfish if you're an attacking player at times, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if we'll have a combination or a footballer like him again.
Yeah, at the moment, the people, like I said, Lookman is more of a foot skills, similarities. But I haven't really seen a whole lot of that, having the vision that Pienaar had, the combination play that Pienaar had. It's the combination of the being able to keep the ball so close, like it's Velcro to your foot, and at the same time being able to have that kind of vision coming from the wing rather than a 10. We don't have a whole lot of that right now. So I guess that's something that just shows how special that was.
Yeah,
that partnership.
A lot of our attacking play, particularly over the last 10 years, really, it's been from the fullbacks bombing on and creating things from there, and you just don't see that in our team now, do you? So, particularly at left back, I think investment's needed, because I think you see with the likes of Manchester City how vital having fullbacks that operate in an attacking sense they can be involved to your team. So, as you say, there's just a lot of rebuilding to be doing.
I think it's a mindset thing too. I don't think right now we're set up to have those fullbacks bombing forward. I think Kenny could do it. I do. I think he's stronger offensively than he's given the opportunity to show in these games so far. You watch him playing during the World Cup this summer. How many times did he attack, combine with Kieran Dowell up the side, and throw a sweet cross in? I mean, he is an attacking player. He can do it. He just hasn't been. We're not set up like that right now.
We're just fragile at the minute.
So defensive, So hopefully we can. It may be a mindset thing. Shit, that negative mindset thing coming back. Anyway, this is supposed to be about Pienaar, not about how shit we feel about our team. I guess that's what it is. We're lamenting the fact that he was really good and we could really use a player like him right now.
Yeah, lovable person as well. I've met him a few times and he's a top lad.
Well, of course you have.
Do you know what? Something that I never expected from Steven Pienaar in the first time I met. I never expected his voice to be so deep.
Yeah, it's strange voice, isn't it?
You hear him speak and you wouldn't put the voice to the man. You know what I mean?
I feel like you could swap Tim Howard's and Steven Pienaar's voice. Tim Howard, I expected him, and he's just just sounds like a normal guy. Steven Pienaar's got this deep bass. You could swap those guys. It's always weirded me out about Tim Howard. Same thing, because I expected like this, hey, how's it going? But it just was not it at all.
Oh.
So, yeah, once again, Max holds the fact that he gets to meet, and David too, just like, hey, Gerry, look, we meet footballers. It's awesome. And I'm just like, yeah, I've met my friends. That's it.
They're only people, Gerry. They're only people.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. They're more than that. So let's see here. So anything else on Steven Pienaar? Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
Very, very good player and a great ambassador for the club.
I'm glad he's getting to finish up playing in South Africa. I think it's always nice when you can go back to your home country and still get some positive football memories where it began. Well, that's it for our Steven Pienaar Remember Me segment. If you're digging the videos, please subscribe. We're over 400, and that's your fault. Thank you. Like, comment, all that stuff. Check out these guys' articles on the Toffee Blues website. Check out the Toffee Blues website. Just do it in general, just because there's some good stuff on there. Check out the Toffee Blues on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, and I think that's all of my plugging that needs to happen. All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for your time, and I guess I'll talk to you later on. We got to give a West Brom preview later on this week, so yeah, we'll have more shows to come.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right, guys, take care, everybody. All
Take
right,
it easy.
All right,
Yeah.
bye-bye.